Before we get started in today's video, I just want to mention real quick that this video did take place about 6 months ago. So it's been a long process, and just know that things are about to change. Enjoy. Well, boys, I think she's got her. She caught on fire. That's from the fire extinguisher. Just trying to get you adjusted. Today's video is not what I planned on doing. So originally, the Mini Cooper build, it's supposed to start today, it's supposed to start right now. It is a weekend of tuning originals. I think I blew up the car on the way back to the Airbnb. It took us a lot of time to get home, and that's actually what we're looking at today. So what actually happened was, just go back to some footage. We were just cruising down the highway, doing our regular driving. I wasn't doing anything crazy. And all of a sudden, a big fireball, I guess, went out the back. And I didn't see the fire, it was all the people behind me that I'm friends with. And it was smoking. I still didn't really notice it, and I looked in my mirror, saw a little bit of smoke. I was like, oh, maybe it's just dust. I gave it some gas. I realized at that point the engine was not accelerating, but the RPM was kind of staying. It felt like a misfire, kind of like a bad coil pack or spark plug or something like that. That's what it felt like. And then that's when it really kicked in, is we are on fire. The car was lit up, smoke started blowing to the vent. I pulled over to the side, and all I could think of was get this fire out. Luckily, something I installed in the car a while back on this channel, which I installed for looks, thinking I would never need it, came in clutch. I was able to grab it. I popped the hood. I stepped back while I was opening it because I was worried the flame would kind of like boof, blow out of the hood. And there was a full-on fire right by the intake manifold. We just put it on some wheel stands, and it looks like it was a lot worse than I thought. Everyone said it was a big fire. I didn't believe it. Here, check this out. If you're new to the channel, this is my 2015 BMW M4. Well, it's kind of ours in a way because we build it here on the channel. All that is oil, and this car has been on the road for the past 8 hours, and it's still just dripping oil. I just power washed it. I'm trying to maintain it. I'm trying to make sure none of it gets into nature. I got paper towels. The whole underside is coated with oil. The back is coated with oil. You can see it all along the back. All on the side of the car is coated in oil. And even inside the wheel wells is covered in oil. The tire was covered in oil. Inside there, you can see oil runs all the way around. We weren't going at high speed, but that could have been dangerous if I was doing even 80 miles an hour and that much oil got on the tire. That could have been really bad because this is the front tire, not the back. On top of that, with all the tow trucks we had to do, we have destroyed this rear diffuser. It's probably no more. You can see the bracketing right there is completely trashed. This got super damaged and it's cracking. Side extensions they're cracking. I think the best thing to do is go ahead and just power wash the living crap out of the underside, use a little bit of brake cleaner. I'm gonna take off all the under trays because they're actually really crispy. They need to be replaced if we're gonna repair this car. This is such a sad moment. Not what I thought we're gonna be dealing with today. But here, I wanna show you something. I don't know if you can tell, but the texture of this is hard as a rock. You can actually see on this one how it burned through. And it's like this throughout the bottom of the car. My goal right now is to remove most of the plastics in that under tray. First, you'll need an 8mm to remove all the small bolts. And then those bigger bolts that are on the actual under tray, those are about 16mm. That's all you need to remove all this. It's pretty easy with these cars. Try to stay organized with your stuff. I have a couple friends that they just put it all in a box and you end up with a lot of extra screws. Milwaukee wrench, or these automated wrenches, literally save hours of time every time. Oh, water in the eyeball. Every time I work on cars. I probably would not be out here right now if it wasn't for this tool. I would probably give up and tell myself I'll get to it another day. Instead, here we are, taking off about a couple hundred bolts. I actually did forget, you'll need a 13mm. Right here, the protection for your oil cooler, which is like really weak plastic. It's almost useless. It does have a 13mm as long with a bunch of 8mm. so bad I don't even know where that came from. Oh man, see that? That was a lot of water that just came off. Oil too, oily water. Gross. You know, doing this, I still think getting all this water on me with the oil is still better than draining coolant. I hate draining coolant, and I'm probably gonna have to do that. Maybe I should push this off to another day. So this weekend was pretty fun. It was adventurous. Saturday was tuned originals. I had no idea my car was gonna be in this show, but someone else didn't go, so they crammed me in. It was a good time. Ate some food, saw some cool cars. After tuned originals, we decided that we're gonna go eat some pho because one of the team members with Square One, he has a restaurant, and we've done this before. And after pho, we were like, okay, let's go to our Airbnb. 30 minutes out. Let's just cruise there. It's me and 4 other cars. But it was around 11:30, it happened. Pretty much instantly freaking out, like this just happened. I've only put, what, 7,000 miles on this since I've kind of gotten it back after the crank hub failure. Again, this car did have crank hub failure, which was also pretty stupid because that was like in first gear. At that point, we decided to go ahead and go home. So home is 4 hours away, and I'm in Garland, Texas. Some George Washington Turnpike mile marker 1020 or something like that. Fire trucks already come by, police department came by. Like this was a big deal. Like this car was legitimately on fire. I know it doesn't look all that bad right now, but if you actually see it and see like everything that did get burnt and toasty, it's a lot. So we decided to get a tow truck. They told us it would be there in about 45 minutes. We stayed until 2 something a.m. I was mentally could not take it because we were already out in the sun like all day long. And we started that day like at 7 a.m. So go through the entire long day. It's like 2 a.m. We don't even know we can make it. And this whole time, while we've been waiting until 2 a.m., we kept calling. They said they're trying to find someone. At one point, they told us someone was on the way, and it'd be 45 minutes. In 45 minutes, we called, and that was not true. So, terrible experience there. We decided to go home, wake up at 7 a.m., and it took all the way up to like 4:40 p.m. From that time, the whole day we've been dedicated trying to get this thing home. All right, I got 2 more bolts, and we're probably going to see where this oil is coming from, because it's still dripping. It's a lot of oil. I thought it was all gone out on the hot side of the highway, because it was a big puddle itself. Take this one off first. I'll take that back. There's 3 bolts. I missed one. Oh. That's oil. You see that? That just dripped on my face. Oh man. What am I doing? Why? Oh, I'm scared. Oh God. Oh yeah, that's a hole in the block. Woo. It's crazy it was still running. Did I mention that part? The car was still running after it blew. She's a goner. So much oil in my mouth. Let's play show and tell. Here's a random bent bolt. See how bent that is? Wonder where that came from. That looks like a part of my block. Man, oh man. This is what you see on Bailey Durant's channel. And this isn't my first time. What am I doing? Oh, cars. I don't see the hole. Oh yeah, I found the hole. That's the oil pan right there, right? Get my camera oily. I'm getting you guys all filthy. That is not supposed to be moving. I can say that much. It's so melted. The frame is all charred up. The wiring is just trashed. So all the wiring up there, look at this. It's all charred. It's so bad. Behind the transmission, it's all charred. You can see the transmission mount, it's all melted and charred. The sensor underneath the oil pan, it's charred. Up inside the frame, it's all black and burned. I don't think it's all that bad. I'm more concerned about the wiring. So obviously wiring below needs to get replaced. That's part of the actual wiring harness. So now if you want to repair this car the right way, you have to replace the whole car harness, which alone should total a car, especially a modern car. Now, we still have not pulled off the intake manifold, which is where the big fire was that I put out. That's scary. If you're not subscribed to this channel, push subscribe, push that like button if you enjoy this content and if you want to support me, because this is not good. Do you want to see a time lapse of me getting wet under here and cleaning this place? Because this is also not good. All I can say is you're just as wet as I am. Whew. I guess this is a beware to S55 drivers. After that clip that you just saw, I dug into a little bit more and realized that the damages were far more than I really could imagine. It was already really bad. I feel like I was at the very bottom of my life at that moment. I decided to get a shop involved, and they came up with a pricing well over $30,000 worth of damages. And that did not include the body damage that the fire did. So we did get insurance involved, and 6 months later, they finally agreed with us that the car is a total loss. What this means for us, in the situation that we're in, is we get to shop for a new BMW M4. You thought your boy was just gonna pass it up, huh? No, I have to finish what we started. The big build, the ultimate BMW M4 build. Hang on. The last shot you ever saw the BMW M4 was sitting right here. And now we got this bullcrap going on. The Mini Cooper has been built, which looks freaking fantastic. We're not done with that. And then we have that Rubens F80 M3. What's it doing in here, you may ask? We are in the process of installing air suspension. And in the video, the air suspension video, I'm not going to really go into the details of the install because I've done that before. But oh my gosh, it's been a headache with this car. Normally air suspension, we install it in a day. It has been 5 days. We've had a lot of issues. Just know it's a bunch of bull crap. And I just don't want to get into that right now. Hey Truman, this is Truman, my little pup. And what came today, we got a steal of a deal for some BMW M4 GTS door panels. They are pre-owned, but they're nearly in perfect condition. The Alcantara, you do lose a speaker, so I opted to not buy the rear cards, because the rear cards, I would have lost pretty much all my speakers, and I just didn't want to do that. And we'll need to buy a BMW M4 with extended leather package so that this flows correctly. And we also have brand new straps for it, all the clips. This thing, it's awesome. And yes, I did sell all my carbon fiber bits. I don't have very much carbon fiber at all for the car, but I got the cage, I got my air suspension, I got a bunch of other new parts that I've already bought for the car before that even happened. We have a GTS hood, we have a wide body, we have custom bay optic headlights, we have our clutches, we have turbos, we have a lot. We get to buy BMW M4 and pretty much build the living crap out of it right at the beginning. Remember these old 14 wides from the E92? Obviously not going on the BMW M4, but hint hint. Do we do 14 wides on the new M4? 12 wides up front? I need your help. So I'm looking for something very specific. What I'm looking for to buy in the next BMW M4 does exist. I've seen a couple, but I was not in a position to buy them. Now I'm ready to buy today. I'll buy right now. But there are none within spec. There's one very close though. If you know someone that has one within spec, black carbon roof, black extended leather interior, carbon ceramics, DCT, prefer to have carbon fiber interior trim. If it doesn't, I'll find a way to get it. And just make sure that little parts here and there is in somewhat good condition. Something that's not scuffed up and looks like it was abused and never taken care of. I guess that's it for today's video. It was a long one. It's been a 6-month process. And I'm so happy I was able to share this to you. And remember, just keep living life. I've said that in the past few videos, but it's been very important because it's been a rough patch for me. Winter is finally over, so I come out of depression a little bit. We're moving forward. We're able to finally buy a new car. We have a lot of projects going on, and I'm just excited for the future. That is all. But I guess I'll see you guys next time. Keep living life. Peace out.